So today we're going to go over how to find the perfect C using the quadratic formula. To find the perfect C, the equation is b squared, or b over 2 all squared. An example is if you have x squared plus 24, x plus c, the 24x would represent the b, so you plug in 24 over 2, and that breaks down to, or you would divide 24 by 2 and get 12, and 12 squared is 144. The steps to solving a perfect C quadratic equation are to 1. Move the sad C, 2. Add the perfect C to both sides, 3. Factor left into binomial, 4. Use inverse operations, then take square root and solve.
An example of finding the perfect C in a quadratic equation would be x squared plus 6x minus 7 equals 0. 7 does not fit here, so you have to move it to the other side by adding 7. So it would be x squared plus 6x plus c equals 7 plus c. So to find the perfect C, you do C equals b over 2 all squared, which would be C equals 6 over 2 squared, which comes out to be 9. So you plug the perfect C in here and you get x squared plus 6 equals 7 plus 9. You plug the C into both sides of the equation. Next, you factor the equation, which comes out to be x plus 3 squared. And to undo the x plus 3 squared, you find the square root of x plus 3 and 16, which moves to x plus 3 equals 4, and to find that, you subtract 3, and it comes out to be x plus 1. Next, you have to do the negative part of the square root as well, so you do x plus 3 equals negative 4, subtract 3 on both sides, and you get x equals negative 7.
When an equation in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, can't be factored, we use the quadratic formula. This formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. The discriminant equation is b squared minus 4ac. An example of this would be x squared minus 3x plus 5. A is x squared, b is negative 3x, and c is 5. So you would plug in negative 3 for b and get 9 because it would be squared, and then 1 and 5 for a and c. So it would be 9 minus 20, which is negative 11.
An equation which could be used for the quadratic formula would be x squared minus 7x plus 6 equals 0. In this equation, a would equal 1, b would equal negative 7, and c would equal 6. You would plug this in the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You would plug the b, which would be negative 7 plus or minus the square root of negative 7 squared minus 4 times 1 times 6. That would simplify to 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 24 over 2. The 49 minus 24 is 25, so it would be 7 plus the square root of 25 over 2. That would simplify, the square root of 25 is 5, so it would be 7 plus 5 over 2 and 7 minus 5 over 2. 7 plus 5 equals 12 over 2 equals 6, and 7 minus 2 equals 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and your answers for the quadratic formula are 6 and 1.